Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, and today we are going to be taking a look at one of my favorite unit of uptime. We have the Double O Riser here. So this one is going to be Infighter, and currently we are taking a look at the stat at only level 1. So in this video I will be upgrading this unit all the way to level 50. I feel like level 50 is definitely going to be a very competent level in terms of beating some of the event, or at least trying to get through all of the first part of the mission, because you do have to get to all the directory pretty much. So you get to level or the directory 7, and then after that there's actually an 8th directory. That one is more or less like a ending to that, spoiler alert. And then after that you can continue playing to get up to 80, and then do a lot more shenanigans. But this is what we'll take a look. So these are going to be the base stat and base parameter. In terms of the damage cut rate, we are taking a look at melee. It's going to be very strong because this one is going to be infighter. So obviously when you're closing it, you do want to have good melee defense, so that's pretty good. As for your beam and the physical for the range wise, it's not going to be too good, but you can certainly make up for that if you use correct, let's say, equipments and stuff. So up next, let's talk about some of the weaponry that comes along with this unit. So in terms of the main weapon one, we have the GN Sword 2, so not the GN Sword 3. So I don't know if they'll ever make one as a GN Sword 3 version. Maybe, maybe not. As for the main ranged weapon, we have the GN Sword 2 rifle mode. This one's going to be 11 seconds of reload and then 6 magazines, so that's not too bad. As for your sub weapon one, we have the GN Beam Dagger Throw. So this one's going to be 18 seconds as far as the reload, and then 2 magazines. So it's pretty much going to be one and done type deal. As for your sub weapon 2, we have the GN Sword 2 Twin Lance. This one's going to be a 14 seconds reload and then 1 magazine, and this one's going to be physical, so that's actually quite good. As for your special attack, we do have the Transam. So activate Transam to power up weapons and unleash the RAISER. So there's going to be your GN Sword 3, so that's not bad. Weapon, so in terms of the weapon, after the Transam over, is immediately going to, because I did try that already, and then it pretty much immediately drains all of the ammunition and stuff. So that's that. So up next, let's talk about how to get the blueprint, because there's gonna be 2 separate directory missions that you have to go to in order to get all of the blueprint required. Okay, as for the first mission that you want to go to in terms of unlocking the Double Riser blueprint 1, is gonna be this one, the Shuddering Mountain Part 2. As for this one is going to be a break mission, and it should come early on, I believe after you get to directory 5. So this one is probably going to be something that you'll be facing. As far as how you can get the blueprint, I'm probably going to leave it, probably going to go to the actual map itself and then show you guys what it is. But essentially you do have to beat Arch Gundam, and that's pretty much how you get the blueprint. And then also, along with that, you also do have to, or you also do get the Kingdom Gundam blueprint as well. As for the Kingdom, just a little bit of a sidetrack, that one is going to be needing just that itself, so you're going to need 4 copies of that, and that should be able to unlock the Kingdom on the spots. As for the next mission to get the remaining of the Double Riser blueprint, it's going to be under the directory 6B. This one is going to be to a new world. So this one is going to be recommended level is going to be 30. So this one you do have to be a little bit more in terms of level. The level doesn't really matter, and if you do know how to get ins and out, if you guys are good at the game, the recommended level does not really mean all that much. In a way, I say that because when you guys do the upgrading, let's say you only upgrade all your attacks and you neglect, let's say, your HP or your boosting, you can get to, like, I don't know, if you just max that out solely, you can still perform quite well. It's just that overall, in terms of like how you upgrade it, they want it to be level 30, but I think that should be fine. In terms of this one, you do have to fight the Arch Gundam once again in order to kind of get the blueprint. So I'll be showing you guys a little bit of a clips as I do walk through that. But essentially, this one's gonna be dropping the remaining one, and that is how you can get the Double O Riser. Are going to be fully uncapping this one to where I can hit level 50. As far as going up to level 80, I'm probably not going to be doing that yet, just because of the fact that it's going to take a huge amount of capital. So as far as upgrading anything to level 50, that is only going to cost you about 1.4 million, which I think is quite doable. if you guys do a little bit of the grinding aspect of it. So that's that. I'm not gonna be doing the third level uncap yet. So as far as uncapping it, it's gonna be costing you that 1.4 million. It's not the worst case scenario. Okay. Yeah, I definitely do have enough, let's say, of those capital. So in terms of the boosting, I find that relatively low as for the range wise. Let's see. If you guys don't really care about the range, for example, you can just kind of leave that blank and don't do any upgrading. But we would definitely do want a little bit of that shot attack as well. But shot attack is actually quite horrendous. Oh my gosh. So that's gonna be pretty much it as far as the base stat at level 50. In terms of HP, we are looking at a 17,000. So that's our 1700. That's not too bad. So let's actually go ahead and talk about some of the equipment that I would like to equip into this one. As for the equipment and options, I went for the following. So you guys may be asking, how am I able to get some of the level 8 parts already? Because I had a friend, Smiley. She was able to carry me to some of the best place to farm these equipment. So that's why forever thankful for her, just taking me there to allow me to get some of these on an early start. So that's that. As far as what I want, because with the attention, this is a melee unit. I do want as much HP as possible, and this one does the job. Of the other one that I have currently, this one obviously can't use the beam version of it, because in terms of the the main weapon, the melee weapon is a physical, so obviously can't use that, unfortunately. But I did happen to snatch up a 17.2% for the physical melee, so that's not bad. As for the second and then third, I went for some melee options, so up to a 10,064, so that's not bad. That also have that balancer meter damage up for the sub weapon one, so that should somewhat help it, as well as some of the sub weaponry also getting that 17.6% as well. And then for the third slot, I went ahead and gave it a little bit more melee slash range damage cut for the beam, so that a little bit should help. But honestly, I just couldn't find anything better. And then as for the normal melee, normal melee boost consumption down by 6%. So that is all positive attributes, so that should be good. So let's hop in now to a testing environment and see how it does. Alright, so we are here at the training ground. So taking a look at the double riser in the front view, looking pretty good. Okay, alright, so let's actually get started with some of the normal attacks here. So I just want to see how many combos we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So 8 hits. So we do have 4 hits because you do have 2 blade, obviously. So it's 2 times 4. So not bad overall in a way. But I believe the HFX has 5 hits, and that is not even an infighter. So I don't know what's up with that. So that's gonna be your normal, 4 hits right there. As for your, just holding down the normal, that's that. So as far as doing that whole combo there, you're gonna hold right here. So giving a grand total of 12 hits right there. So let's see what the heavy can do. So it's gonna be holding that C and then knocking down right there. So 3-piece combo right there, nothing too fancy. As for the main range, let's follow. Only one, huh? They're not giving us that dual option. Only 5 hits. Is it only 5 hits? Okay. As for the sub one, let me see how it looks like. Oh, dashing backward, huh? I guess that's actually not bad. It's more, I think now looking at it, as for my first impression, it's more of like as an escape in a way. You use it to kind of back away from your enemy. I think that's not a bad idea. You kind of use it like, oh, your enemy's kind of smacking you up, especially if you're fighting against those mobile armor. Like you see them hitting you, you just press that for like the instant backdash. So it's not that much, but I guess a little bit does help in a way. And it missed. Okay, so no curvature on that. So let's try the sub 2. Okay, that's definitely a great range, and it looks like it was only 1 hit. Alright, so up next, let's try out the special attack. Oh, we went Trans Am. 1 hit, 3 hits. a grand total of a 3,000. So obviously stat is a little bit inflated because we all the way at I was about to say 550, and then we did do a lot of upgrading. So up next, since we are in Transcend, let's do try some combos, like full string combo. Right? Oh, that was fast. Okay. Oh man, I messed it up so bad. But yeah, you guys kind of do get the overall idea. So pressing that C. Okay. Dude, what? All right, I'm still kind of learning how to do all the combos, so but this is pretty much what it looks like. Okay. Okay. Break. Can I still change that? Yes. Oh wow. I had to mess it up, but this is what the combo will kind of looks like. Obviously I am as you guys can see, I'm not that proficient at this. But you guys kind of do get the overall idea. It's not bad. It's definitely gonna be your million juggernaut, if you will. So definitely can get in all your swings, all that good stuff. Oh, it dropped. My gosh. Let me try this again. Let's do this again. All right. Like I'm still using sub 1 or just the main weapon. All right, don't drop it. All right, let's see if we can get to 50. Oh no, it dropped it. It went down, but that's gonna be pretty much it in terms of some of your combo strings are there. Obviously not very bad, and they definitely gotta be like a melee powerhouse for sure. That's my conclusion of this overall unit. I feel like Double Riser is definitely a very, very good candidate as a infighter for this game specifically. But I do have to note that in terms of using this unit for like a good couple of hours, I still find it very hard to grasp like how to really use it. Just because I feel like all those weaponry, especially let's say your sub weapons, they're just too linear. Like they're just gonna be like in one direction. You're not gonna be able to get any enemy that is just, let's say they move for example, and then your sub 2 is literally gonna miss. So that part of it, I guess it's pretty much gonna be based on the player itself. In terms of my part, I'm just pretty bad at playing it. As for the, let's say, main melee weapon, I definitely say it's pretty fast. It to a point where it's hard for me to control because I did equip on that. It's not the equipment to further enhance the part. It's pretty much like it's not the roll action. It's like the other one. I think I equipped one. I'm pretty much going to show that on the screen. That one I had is like when you have that first dash in, that was way too fast. So at some point I kind of lost control. So I was like, man, this unit is kind of hard to use. But overall, definitely really satisfied. And then one thing I forget to note is after you transcend, for example, you can literally get yourself a pair of just one of the GN or 3. I didn't know that. I didn't know it actually changed weapons. So in terms of the actual main the melee weapon and then the ranged weapon, it actually changes. So that was definitely something that I did not notice prior until using it just like a few hours ago. That also changes as well as their sub 1 as well, or sub 2, excuse me. But overall, definitely positive for this double riser. So do let me know how you guys feel about using it, or do you guys feel like there's some more melee unit that's better? I'm definitely going to be doing a little bit more exploration about this game, just using all the infighter, and then I'm not going to do like a comparison because at the end of the day, it's pretty much what you guys want to use. Because right now there's no meta in a way because it's not PvP, so you can definitely use whatever unit you like. And then as far as that goes, so that's gonna be pretty much it for me, and then I'll be catching you all on the next one.